Look at all these parts. So many parts, all cleaned up. I think we've got about 98% of the parts that we need to at least start this. Definitely not going to finish it. Hopefully a couple weeks I'll have all of the final parts, and then I assume there's going to be a few things here and there that I'll have to order, just things that I forgot. Or that we broke. So it has been a long while since I even looked at this bike. It's been hiding in my spare bedroom, all the parts stacked up in boxes, everything piled up, and finally, like I said, most all of our parts are here. Hardware, most all of it will be new, and for the most part, maybe a little bit of cleaning here and there, polishing as we go. I'm ready to get this together and actually see if the thing works. After a complete engine rebuild and everything else rebuilt, there's always going to be some tinkering to be done. One thing I do not want to do though is dive back into the engine. So fingers crossed that that works perfectly. So to start it off, we have our frame not completely repainted, just touched up with our paint. This guy right here, PJ1 factory OEM color match, Kawasaki green 98 to 02. So that stuff worked great. Use it for the frame and the subframe. As far as our pegs, I threw those on to get this thing mounted up. We do just have those painted in like a bronze finish. They look pretty good. The pins and hardware all polished up, fresh cotter pins. I am going to get linkage, swing arm, engine all mounted up, and then probably our little CDI, all those goodies that fix onto the steering stem. And then hopefully we get the forks mounted up and steering stem, all that good stuff. Let's get to it. last thing I'm gonna do tonight is unbox this little guy right here. First off, SDG Innovations. Look how perfect that is. Oh, and the hardware, the pan, everything's blacked out. So, you got a little bit of a kink there. I think I might have to mess with the little mount on the gas tank here. That's what we're looking like as of now. This is the setup. I'm digging it. Mostly blacked out with a lot of chrome bits. And the green frame. Ooh. Dude. Right here, this is the point where it starts to all come together. Guys, this bike is dope. Obviously, we're missing one very important part. Something that kind of goes right here. That should be showing up very soon. I don't know why it's taking so long to get here. But here we got our bike. We're 98% of the way there. I am going to put some oil in there. This guy has her right on the case, 0.85 liters. So 850 mils. Probably run some oil in it. Do a break-in once we have the pipe hooked up. And change oil. This thing looks just absolutely amazing. Has like the perfect amount of green, black, and silver. The white, when I put it on right away, wasn't a huge fan of it. But I think it ties in nicely. The seat, little baby wrinkle in the middle there, but usually they smooth out after a little while, even like when you put a cover on these seats. Right now we're just sitting with the FMF Turbine Core 2, freshy. That thing looks amazing. You can get these guys all you want. You can freaking buy 10 of those, but header pipes, no way. I just got done bleeding brakes. The rear was full of some nasty stuff. Now our little reservoir looks clear and we got that system completely bled. These tires look pretty damn sweet. I couldn't really remember what I went with. The IRC Volcanduro V35F on those Warp 9s. Dude, that setup, I'm digging that setup. Fresh primary drive, chain, sprocket, and chain guide. All these fresh wear parts, these factory effects graphics, they laid down pretty good. These plastics had a couple little tiny, like, little pokey spots. So you can see those kind of poked through. Not perfect, but it's not bad. Oh, the only thing I have to do is toss this blacked out Pro Taper bar pad on there. Tie the whole cockpit together. These guys, so some fresh fork guards and then these Polysport upper fork guards. So we were able to dye these parts here. Turned out really good. These parts right here, along with the little radiator louvers. So this is what I ended up with trying to dye those. totally ruined. I had to buy a new set of OEM stuff, so another 50 bucks. Same with these guides that are on the forks. This little guide here, had to reuse it, not in stock, so maybe it'll be in stock by the time I sell it. Fresh cables all throughout. They look great. These fat bars here, I think they might be perfect bend. I really like the scheme down here. Black fuel hose, carb hoses, blue and the clear. They look really cool. Just an extra touch makes it stand out. I mean, that engine against this green, look at that thing. This cover we dyed. This guy right here also dyed it. I think that turned out super good to have those all black. I'd probably say like 98% of the bolts on here are brand new, and then we've got some reused stuff that's polished up. So I've got coolant in this thing, and it hasn't sprouted a leak anywhere, which I'm lucky. You could easily come out with a brand new KX and basically have everything green and black, and it would look sick. Usually I've at least attempted to start it prior to installing everything, but everything is installed and the only thing I'm waiting on is a header pipe. So it is what it is. If we got issues, I guess we'll just have to deal with them then, but I'll cross my fingers until then. The next time I see you, I'll have that pipe, install it, and we'll fire this thing up for the first time. So over the course of the last couple days, I was waiting for the header pipe to get here, and we have a tiny little leak. There must be a crack right in here. So made an order for some new radiators, and then it'll be another week for parts to get here. So that really sucks, because I really thought that these were salvageable. What's another $100, right? All right, we got our fresh GPIs from eBay, all hooked up with our hoses, bushings, good to go. So let's get these things on the bike. Now the only thing left is our header pipe, and we got that back from none other than Mountain Moto Co. over in Post Falls, Idaho. Now, what we have here, as you can see, we've got old marks still, we've got old dimples, we've got old severe gouges. We've got a lot going on. But this pipe was absolutely crusty. What I had done is clear Cerakote on it just to give the raw finish. Mountain Moto Co. Racing, check him out. Does a lot of different work, but does a bunch of MX pipe repair and Cerakoting, all that good stuff. So here I got the pipe installed. Looks pretty good, ties into it. I've just got the shrouds off now. I'm gonna go ahead, toss some gas in it, double check everything, and hope for the best. Alright guys, our first startup didn't go very well. We were just firing it up, revving to the moon, and having to kill it. Took the carb apart, disassembled everything, double checked our jets and everything else. What was happening, as you can see right there, so the slide body, it's all the way to the bottom, right? You just have that, you know, very minimal gap that's always there. But it was hung up on something and just popped to the bottom. So when I took it off, we were sitting at about like that, okay? That's basically gonna have the throttle at a quarter throttle. So as soon as you fire it up, it's at a quarter throttle, and nothing you do with the jetting is really gonna affect it too much. If you're already at a quarter throttle, it may even just been like a little more. But anyway, it's finally snapped all the way to the bottom there, and hopefully we can get her back together and won't have that issue. For some reason, also the petcock, the seal behind this face here is leaking, so that's cool. Got to replace that now. Here we have our bike. Doing a quick photo shoot up here on top of this old abandoned bridge. This thing is looking as good as ever. She's ready to be posted for sale. I honestly don't know how much I'm gonna ask for this. I think eventually I'll end up probably getting rid of it for under $5, but we'll see. Let me know down in the comments what you think, how much this would go for. I'm pretty pumped on the build. It looks great. Anyway, thanks for watching. Hopefully you liked the build. Of course, I'm gonna throw in a couple clips of this thing running, right? Here you go.